everyone, and welcome to Create Your Life Story, the definitive guide in helping you record, edit and share life's memories with family in the world in a way that has never been possible before. With tips to start today, I'm your host Ian Kath, and this is episode 1. This is a brand new podcast and a brand new site to go with it. It's about recording oral history and then preparing those recordings into an audio life story. This is something that doesn't seem to exist out there. I've had a good look and I can't seem to find anything like this on the internet. I want to fill you in a little bit with this very first episode about myself, my motivations, and what I'm hoping to develop with Create Your Life Story. A few things about myself. As you can tell from my accent, I'm from Australia. I live in Brisbane, which is the capital of Queensland, on the east coast. It's the most further east that you can get on the Australian continent is where I am. I've just recently turned 50, and I have a daughter in her late teens. That's a little bit of background. And we need to wind back a little bit for me to explain to you how I got here. Basically, it starts about my mid-20s. I'd finished my apprenticeship, which I truly loved. I was very, very passionate about becoming a pattern maker, and I enjoyed that for many years. Around about the same time, while I was doing my apprenticeship, I also took up skydiving, and they were the first two major passions of my life. However, by the time I'd reached my mid-20s, those two had run their course, and I was looking for something new. Unfortunately, I didn't find it, but I kept looking. I kept searching, and I kept searching for 25 years. And I never actually found in all those 25 years something that truly engaged me like those two things did. Now, while I was, as I call, drifting for those 25 years, I did have some great jobs. I managed to get into the film industry, and I worked in special effects and prop making, which I still do from time to time, which is very satisfying. I enjoy it a great deal. But it doesn't grab me in the way my apprenticeship in skydiving originally did. And then in 2006, I got this nice big fat computer that I've got sitting in front of me right now, and I got a broadband connection, and I downloaded my first podcast, and my world changed. When I listened to those first podcasts, I went, wow, how are they doing this? And they're doing it about everything. And I can't believe how enriching this is. And I thought, I wonder if I can do this. And then it started to click. And it was one of those intuitive moments where I just thought, I'm being drawn towards podcasting. I have to see where this goes. It didn't make a great deal of sense, but, you know, like I said, I've been wandering for 25 years, and this is the first time something had really impassioned me. So I thought, let's follow it and see where it runs. So in early 2007, I was reflecting on my life, and I thought, am I? And what has been the things in my life that I've been truly excited about? And I realised that if, you know, and you've all heard the exercise, and if you haven't done it yourself, about if you had unlimited amount of money, what would you choose to do? And I decided that what I'd love to do is sit and talk with people and have conversations with them and find out what their lives are about. So I thought, well, why don't I do a podcast about that? So I started Your Story. The actual URL is yourstorypodcast.com, and I encourage you to pop over there and have a look. I'm very, very proud of it. I've got 51 episodes at the moment, and I'm very proud of what I've achieved there. I've managed to talk to 50-odd people about their lives, about different things I've done. I've done everything from an 80-year-old skydiver to a 20-year-old prostitute. Different people who live different lives in different ways to everybody else, because by definition we all have separate lives and we all do them differently. And I think it's enriching to share these stories with people. While I've been doing this, I have been developing all sorts of skills. Now, it's important for me to explain to you because many of you might be coming here with very limited skills, and I want to share with you the fact that I also didn't have those skills. When I got this computer in 2006, I was a complete novice. In the previous 10 years, even though I'd had a computer and I had a dial-up connection, I'd sent about 10 emails in 10 years. That's one email per year. I did a little bit of web surfing, but I had never produced any content online. I had never recorded. I had never done video. I had no idea what an RSS is. I didn't have any idea what podcasting was. I knew nothing, zero. I was a tradesman. I'd worked with my hands all my life. And frankly, to say I'm going to become a podcaster was quite overwhelming. And when I dipped my toe in the water, I was blown away by how much I had to learn. So I decided that I was going to unplug. I just unplugged from the world. I downgraded my work to part-time work, and I decided to see what I could learn. And during that time, I pulled a bit of equity out of my property in order to fund the lifestyle. And over the last 3 years, I've managed to use that money up. And I'm basically now self-educated into how to produce a podcast and how to basically have really cool conversations with people about their lives. And that's what I want to share with you. Once I developed a bit of skill, I started hunting around for a bit of income that might be able to augment this. And I managed to pick up a little bit of commercial work with a theatre organisation here in Brisbane, where I sat down with some elderly people who go back 40 odd years with the organisation, and I recorded their memories of the old days. I had so much fun doing that. Just sitting with these people over a cup of tea and a biscuit in their homes talking about 40 years ago. And I realised that for most people, they'd never had an opportunity to share this information. I then thought, I've been meaning for a long time, I've got to talk to my uncle, who's a World War II vet and grew up in his early days without electricity, horse-drawn vehicles, on a dairy farm. And he's the oldest of all of my uncles and the only one who currently has the knowledge that we're running out of and we're losing. So I made my way of contacting Bill, and I trotted up to his place and I sat with him for 5 days and recorded 5 hours of conversation with him. And I went, this has got some legs to it, and I want to share this with you. If you want to check out Bill's audio, it's at Bill Cath, and by the way, Cath is spelt with a K, billcath.wordpress.com. Over there you can actually see the little site that I've built for him and the audio, and you can listen to what he talks about in his own laconic style. He's a tremendous fellow. So that's what I want to do with this site. I want to show you, and I want to teach you, and I want to help you to be able to produce content about people's lives. I think there are two types of people who are interested in this, and I hope I'm speaking to you.